You know, it was probably about last February, late February, early March. I walked into Rayvon's office and I said, hey, I got a crazy idea for you. How about doing fireworks on the airport? And Rayvon has this smirk and he sits back and his eyes open up and he chuckles a little bit with that "you're kind of crazy" look. And he's like, but as a true gentleman, he basically goes, okay, I see a lot of issues, but let me look into it a little bit and I'll get back to you.
When Charles first came in and said, we'd like to do this, I mean, our view was, okay, we certainly understand the elements that are required because we've done open houses before. But we were sure that the fireworks would bring many more people. So a standard open house at the airport is 500 to 600 people. So we made an assumption, we said, okay then, so we're going to do 5 times that amount. And so we planned on 3,000 people. And we planned that's a pretty healthy people, that's good flying attendance. So we configured the field appropriately, we tried to get the parking squared away, we certainly worked with fire and police department for trafficking, our own admin staff and operations staff. But when at 3:30, you know, an hour and a half before the gates were open, people were lining up on the highway, we knew we had something. And then when the professional people counter said they thought there were 7,500 people here, that was an eye-opening experience.
Normally with these type of events, you plan a year in advance, and they have like 4 months. So it was hit the ground running, and he made it happen. You know, by underestimating who we are, you know, we anticipated maybe, you know, a couple thousand people may show up. So, you know, we're thinking, okay, this is a first-year event. You know, a couple thousand people show up, that's a good event. But I think as they started coming in the gates and parking their cars and parking up and down the streets and people walking in and people bringing their own chairs, and then it got crazy. You know, we ran out of parking. The porta potties, there was 100 people deep at the porta potties, and the lines were longer at the food vendors, and they were running out of food, and you know, they're running out of everything. And sooner or later, there was 8,000 plus people. And I think for an event that we didn't anticipate would be this successful, just showed us the potential of what this community is and why we are trying to do this. This turns not just the 4th of July parade that starts beginning of the day, but it keeps the community together as a whole and makes it an entire event for the entire day for the family as a whole. And it keeps them in our community. And that's what the goal is to enjoy the environment, enjoy the community, and spend it with family.
Well, Fire in the Sky, the sequel, is in the planning process right now. And we hope to have next year, we're looking at more aviation events. I mean, we certainly hope to have the what they call aviation assets. So the California Highway Patrol, the Santa Cruz Sheriff's Department, they both have aviation assets. Clearly CalStar, you know, REACH and the first responders. Certainly California Department of Forestry, Watsonville's own Fire Department, the Watsonville Police Department. And then of course we reach out to the tenants, and many of them will be bringing some of their aircraft out. So we have some very high-end classic antique aircraft here. It's a mecca for general aviation home builders. These are individuals that build their own aircraft, so we hope they'll bring out. But next year, the idea is to have more aerial activities. So not only the parachute jump, but we've got some plans in place for some formation flyovers and things of that nature. So we're hoping it's going to be a fun event.
I think this whole event last year, as I said, took us everybody by surprise. And I do definitely want to thank the staff. I mean, you know, there are times, you know, I may come up with a crazy idea or somebody else, but they're the ones that implement these things. And while we're out there helping a little bit, they're the ones that bring these things to fruition. They're the ones that have the boots on the ground and make things happen for this community as a whole. And, you know, without them, we couldn't have done this, not at all. And so, thank you to them.
Thank you for making us Event of the Year. Fire in the Sky!